Hello, Susan here. Today I want to showcase one of the fabulous new sets that's in the Happy Little Stampers new release. This one is my favourite. It's Dandelion Wishes, and what I'd like to do is show you a set of little cards that I'm going to make with this. My plan is to use teeny tiny card blanks. These are 4 inches by 4 inches. This is my first design and it uses the 3 dandelion heads and happy birthday. Here's my 4x4 card blank. I've cut a piece of card which is 3 7/8 square to go on next, and then a piece of card which is 3 3/4 inches square to go on next, and this is where the image is going to be. To make my background, I've got another piece of card and I'm just tearing it roughly down like that. I'm then going to place those on the card and use distress ink to make a background. I'm just sticking those in place with masking tape, and then I've got evergreen bough, shabby shutters and mowed lawn distress ink. So I'm just removing the mask and that's what we're left with. And then I'm just going to stick them together with some white glue. Those are the first 2 versions of that same card. For my next card I'm using the dandelion with the seeds blowing off it and Make-A-Wish and the same 4x4 size card. This card uses the triple stamping technique, and what I've done is I've cut 3 squares of blue card and 3 squares of white card, and these are 3 7/8, 2 7/8, 1 7/8 inch square and 3 3/4, 2 3/4, 1 3/4 inch square. So I've layered the white cards up and I've just put a piece of masking tape on them to keep them in place. Then this is Make-A-Wish. And this is the dandelion stamp. And then I'm just going to layer them up again with some white glue. It's best to do each section together and then layer them up, making sure it matches up nicely. To finish off, I'm just adding 3 gems onto the card like that. For my next card, I've got a textured 4x4 blank. I've got the 3-headed dandelion and wishing you happiness. For this card, I want to use embossing powder. So first of all, I'm rubbing my card with an anti-static pad. And then I'm stamping the stamp with Versamark. And I'm going to do the sentiment at the same time. I've got gold and green embossing powder, they're sort of a shimmery one, and I'm going to try and get the gold on the heads of the dandelions and the sentiment, and the green on the stalks. This is sort of roughly. Now I need my heat gun. As I do this, I hope you can see it melt. So I've cut the pieces out with stitch dies, and then I've cut some rectangles of sparkly gold paper, and I'm going to stick these all together like this. I'm going to stick the sentiment on with a piece of dimensional tape. Better get it the right way up. For my final card today, I'm going to emboss the dandelion with the flyaway seeds and thanks for everything with a opaque embossing powder. So first of all, I'm going to stamp it with Versamark. And then I'll just set that with my heat gun. Again, coming from underneath means the powder shouldn't blow away, but also you should see it start to melt. Next, I'm going to just sprinkle this with a little bit of brush show. This is ultramarine. And then I'm going to spritz it with water. And then I'll just leave that to dry. The embossing acts as a resist, so I'm just wiping any excess wet off those bits. Now I'm just going to cut that out with a stitch die. I'm adding this piece to one of the textured 4x4s. And then I'll just add some pearls down this side. So, those are today's cards. I hope you've enjoyed my little video. See you again soon. Bye!